Hi everyone, and welcome to RollBound 2. I am your DM, Chas, and I'm going to go down the list and have everyone introduce themselves, starting with Groove.
Good tidings. I am Groove, and I am bound to the role of Jonathan Oneros Phage.
Alrighty, Allie.
Hello, I'm Allie, and I am bound to the role of Prince Xander.
Alright, Minnow.
Hello, I am Minnow, and I am bound to the role of Vivian Deshays.
Alright, Joey.
My name is Joey, and I'm bound to the role of Jay Elwood. Forgot his last name for a second.
Alright, Dakota.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota, and I am bound to the role of Lysel.
And last but never least, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey, and I am bound to the role of Emiko.
Okay, so where we last left off, you guys had just checked out Sugar's old stable, old little barn, deduced a few things, and then went back into the city proper. And I believe, because we didn't have enough time for it last time, Vivian had a few things that she needed to do.
Yes, Vivian does have a couple things she needs to do. I will try to keep this quick, and if it's not, I will try to keep it silly. So the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to go out with Arithil. I don't give a shit if y'all want to come, but it's going to be boring. She's going to go out with Arithil, and she is going to tour a couple of the other alchemy shops and or doctor's offices that are in the area, checking them out, making sure if any of them have better offers or are looking for help or anything. I imagine that she probably walks into one and immediately turns around because she sees that the walls are lined with poultices. So she lights the building on fire on her way out. Everyone from the tavern can see the plume of smoke rising in the air.
Yeah, there actually is one of them that has poultice in the name, and she looks at the sign and looks at you and goes, no.
Yeah, we probably go to a few others. Maybe there's one or two that is also a good option, but they're not going to pay as much, and they certainly won't provide room and board and the shares the way that the other place will. So I think that, assuming that we probably found the best one first try, we are not going to spend too much more time looking for other options, because Arithil seemed pretty content with that option. However, we do need to go back to that neighborhood, and before we go back and talk to that guy, we're going to go door to door, knocking on doors, checking with the neighbors, making sure that this guy is not a secret pervert. Because he doesn't want to leave her with someone that is bizarre. Which I imagine is probably very exciting for the people that open up the door and see two witches, one of them a goblin, staring back at them and being like, does your neighbor have any weird proclivities? Because it probably just seems like one of those Beauty and the Beast witch shows up at your door and turns you into a hot furry if you answer wrong. Chaz, I assume that this person is probably not a problem based on our investigation. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, he's a beloved member of his community.
Okay. Gonna do a little bit more digging, make sure he's didn't kill someone in the 90s or something. But assuming that everything comes out okay.
Fucking orchestrated Farwoods Jonestown massacre.
Yeah. He's actually on the run because he's cannibal. But assuming that all clears out, we will then go and speak to him, and we will negotiate some terms, make sure that everything is hunky-dory. We're going to get her fully set up. Is she going to be staying on the premises?
Yeah, because there's some businesses, especially in the part of town closest to, the gate that you used. A lot of people just live in their storefronts, so it'll be, a pretty big building, and, the front half of it is a storefront, and the back half of it is, a house. And since the gentleman you spoke to used to live with his daughter, he once again shows you the room and stuff and just explains, she'll have her own kettle, her own, room, she can decorate it however she wants.
Got it. I demand to see the basement. Are there any chains or hooks or anything?
There's drying hooks.
What looks like it was drying on it, Chas? Looks like it was drying on it.
There's literally herbs drying on it currently.
Is that a man named Herb? Like his name is Herbert?
Most paranoid goblin NA, or least paranoid goblin.
To be fair, we met this man 2 days ago. He's like, "You want to live with me?" I'm like, "Okay." I need to like do a little due diligence here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's obvious
assuming that
the,
everything seems okay.
Yeah, it's obvious that the offer comes less from like, oh, he's just rushing up a roommate, and more of like, that's just like the best like offer that he could provide. Is like, yeah, like this is something that I used to have with someone, and this was what they had when they worked here.
Great. So, assuming that all seems okay, we will get her set up there. But do mention that she's probably not going to be able to start for a few days because we still need her for a few days. And after that, we're going to go out to celebrate. We're not going to drink a lot because last night was a lot. But I think that Vivian will get... Yeah. Vivian will get like 2 like nice big like jugs of mead, like a good mead, which I think are like 2 gold pieces each per the player's handbook.
Yeah.
For wine anyway, which are similar. She's going to give one to Erithil that they'll celebrate with later. She's going to keep one for herself because she is all fucked up on honey. Then going to go get cake because she loves cake to celebrate. And then as soon as that's done, she looks at Erithil and she says, "Okay, I do have a task that I need you to do." And she will tell her about the other magic store, specifically the ledger that we have, wanting to compare that to the ledger that they have, see if there's any information about the party that came through, and any other information about that relic, because that was one of the things that we were wanting to know. And essentially just wanting her to get a copy of it, and if not, at least look through and see if she can scan it herself. And Vivian will say, what will she say? Just say, "Erithil, believe me when I say that I think you are going to be great. I think that you're going to do great things here. I think you're going to adjust very well. When you go to the store, you cannot take no for an answer no matter what, even if it gets you arrested, but don't get arrested, okay?"
Understood.
Great. Try not to burn the place down, but do what you gotta do. If anyone asks, you were with me the whole time?
Of course.
Got it. Go.
Yeah, and she's like, and she runs off, and it's like, it's almost weird when you watch her like leave, because it's like when you first met her, technically a little under a month ago, actually, since it's only the 2nd of Draco, but, just under a month ago you met her, and she was timid, hunched shoulders, kind of kept her hand towards her chest as if always ready to defend herself, but like, she walks off, her shoulders are, she's got straightened shoulders, and she walks with, like, a confidence, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. I'll be right back."
Great. While she's doing that, because that is going to take her, I think it's like a full, 6 hours away or some shit.
Yeah,
it's very far away.
It is a far walk, if she walks, but,
While she's doing that, I did make a promise to Mr. Phage, so I am going to find a bookstore that sells some smut. And while I'm there, she walks in, and she goes in and she finds a familiar author, one that she knows well. And I think that the first book she grabs is sort of a generic bodice ripper, essentially. It's about a pirate, which is always a classic, and about a woman that gets captured by the pirates and slowly falls in love with a pirate who actually has a heart of gold, blah, blah, blah.
You also gotta find out more about vampires.
Well, don't worry, because this is the first book. And this one is very, it doesn't say anything untoward. It says his trembling, fucking desire or something instead of just saying dick. And so, yeah, a lot of flowery language and things like that. Much more focused on the romance aspect, but gets that for him. She then is going to give him that one first. Depending on how it goes, she will give him the second one. And the second one is a book that she has read before. This is a MLM vampire romance. And, if you've ever seen the meme that's girls who poop versus girls who shit.
No.
It's the first book.
Chicks
the
who
first
shit.
book says the first book says pleasure pole. The second one says cock. Is the type of vibe that you should get from this. And so depending on how he does with the first one, she'll give him this one as well, which is much more raunchy, and also has The reason that she picked this one in particular is because it has vampires, and also we're going to introduce Johnny to the concept of homosexuality. So she grabs both of these and she's like, "Okay, that's probably all I need. I think I'm good. I don't need to get more than this. This is fine. I have enough.
It'll run you 2 silver.
I don't need
the
more."
first book is a very sweet and sensual heterosexual relationship between 2 consenting adults. The second one is about 2 creatures of the night that fuck each other so hard that their fucking brains come out, and that's what he's going to use to introduce our friend to homosexuality. What did Minnow mean by this?
Minnow said that it's probably very difficult to find straight vampire romance.
True!
Only because it's Chass's world. I would have an equal amount of everything for everyone.
Hey, I pay attention to the world building. I'm just saying. Yeah, she does think like I only need these 2 books and walks out of there with 6. So is that going to be 6 silver pieces?
Yeah.
All right, great. With buyer's guilt, she will head back to the rest of the group.
And you should get 4 more because then it's a whole gold instead of silver.
I'll take the gold. Here you go. She's on the buyer's high where she's like, hell yeah, I have money for days. I can do whatever I want.
And then you bought so many books that they gave you a fancy bookmark with one of the little string dangly bits.
Oh.
If your bookstore, hey, to those of you listening at home, if your bookstore doesn't give you a free bookmark when you buy a book, you go to a different bookstore.
Yeah.
Make it yourself loudly known why.
Yeah, they gave you a nice bookmark. It'll actually withstand time.
Sure, she'll lose it. As she does all of them. But yeah, she's going to head back to the rest of the group, and I think that's probably going to be it for her errands.
All right. Because I don't want this to take too much time, as we have been errand running for 3 sessions, is there anything else any of you want to accomplish?
Obviously, Abigail will go to the store with everyone's wishes and come back with the shit. But I want to flip my magic hourglass and see what it gives me today.
Alright. Mickey, roll me a d12.
I had my dice ready.
You cast Fireball centered on yourself.
Wait, no, these aren't the dice that I use.
Say Pilfey.
D12. Wouldn't that be a D8?
Did I originally say a d8?
No, for the fireball. I was 2.
2. You got a 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay, hold on. Clicky.
Clicky.
Okay. Bonk. Okay. What's your martial arts die right now?
I think 6.
Okay. So, until you use it, you have 1 use of the Way of Chaos Monk's 3rd level ability.
I don't know what that is, but cool.
I'm gonna send it to you.
You said Way of Chaos?
Yes. I sent it to you.
I was like, what the fuck is Way of Chaos Monk? And then I remember, oh yeah, we did that.
that was us. Starting when you choose this tradition at 3rd level, whenever you spend 1 or more key points, you may choose to trigger Wild Magic Surge. If you do, roll a martial arts die and consult the table below. So you get to use this once. And you can choose when to use it. You just have it stored until.
Oh yeah, I remember. I played this, right?
You did. You have played this.
You did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's when the hourglass goes off, there's a poof of magical energy, and it kind of these glittering little fairy lights kind of orbit around your head like a halo.
We have awarded your dice rolling with more dice rolling.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just mark that down that you have one use of that ability, which will go away after the use is done, but like it triggers when you use a key point, so you can do it whenever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I've given my monk more monk stuff. Alright. But also, in the time, like, while you're all, like, maybe waiting around, maybe, dividing up your, loot since you all went to Mama V's shop again, while you're all are doing your last-minute shopping, maybe divvying up things that you bought and whatnot, after, like, maybe about 4 hours, Emiko does something cool with her little hourglass, and after a while you actually see, like, a little, parasaur-drawn cart approach it's maybe been like 4 hours, like approach the inn that you're staying in very quickly, and a very delighted Erithil hops out, and she also has a new hat.
Great. What kind of hat is it?
It's like a pastel pinkish hat that has like this lace trim that dangles down over her face a little bit, not too much. Like, if she tilted her head down, you wouldn't see her face, but it tilts down a little bit, and then it has a white ribbon around the base of the point of the hat, and there's actually, like, a mini lantern dangling off the tip of the point of the hat. There's, like, it, like, bends backward a little bit, and there's a little lantern dangling off of it.
Dang. I'm trying to think of how Vivian would feel about the world's most useless lantern. Because it's literally at the back of her head, meaning that her head is blocking the light.
Yeah,
but I think she's just like, that's fine. She's seen witches with weirder hats, so sure.
Oh, definitely. This is not even anywhere
She's
near.
just trying to win a cool witch hat contest.
No, that's fair.
You've seen
it's
a
really pastel goth. I like it.
Yeah, you've seen a witch where her hat was like, kind of like the trunk of a tree. Had literal termites in it. It was the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
Rad. That's sick. How dare you?
It was cool, but also, like, she kept wondering why her head was itchy.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to assume that the rest of the group is with me. And did she manage to get a copy of the ledger?
Yeah, she shows up and she holds up a rolled up piece of parchment and says, So, two things. One, the only legal thing I did in that store was buy this hat. Two, no one saw me. And three, I got it.
So I think that with 1 and 2, we're going to go up to a room rather than do this in the middle of the tavern.
Yeah, she didn't say loud enough to where, like, people are, like, looking like, oh, what the fuck, illegal? But, essentially, she says, so, I distracted, the shopkeeper was very rude, by the way. I can understand why, he's not as beloved as Mama V's, considering he's not in any brochure. Real uptight. Kept bragging about how much better his shop was because it was imported. I don't know. They're magical items. You can find it in dirt, but that's not the point. So what I did was some of his stock wasn't like visible. So I found a really expensive hat that he said was not selling very well, and she points to the hat on her head. And made him go look for it. And then I snuck behind his counter and copied all this down.
Nice. How do you feel about the hat, by the way?
I don't understand the lantern, but it adds a very nice
Oh, thank gods.
Yeah, it adds a very nice weight to it, though.
A nice weight?
Yeah. It makes it feel a little makes it feel a little more balanced. I don't know. It's actually very nice.
Oh, okay. The rest of you is navy blue. So the pastel pink is a little wild.
Oh, I intend on changing it.
That's fine. Okay, yeah, so we'll check out the ledger. What we wanted to know from the ledger, we scoot back to my notes. Yeah, specifically looking for the names Uthrak and Amalia. What else was there?
I believe that was it. In terms of like hearing more about this party, you did find out that one of them, that there are two where you don't really know who they are, and I've not seen them named anywhere, even if they've been described working with these two. But you also know that one of their party members, at the very least, is a... Suddenly forgot the... Templar. God.
Yeah.
Could not remember that word. I kept thinking zealot, and I was like, no, that's not the word I'm looking for. However, going through this ledger, again, around the same time in Mama V's ledger, there is a note under the name Amalia. However, it is not for a transaction, it's actually for a failed transaction. It is for the man who runs the shop denying a trade, because he notes down not only whenever he makes a sale, but he kind of notes down like when he denies people trades, especially if it's of a sufficient like importance. Like he says like Amalia wizard ? Trade denied. Dangerous.
Got it, but no other
artifact.
information.
It says dangerous artifact.
Sorry, I spoke over you. Dangerous artifact. Okay. Any other mention of anyone else that was with them?
Maybe about a week after that transaction, there is one under Uthrak. Says he bought a few potions and a traveler's cloak. Particularly one for cold weather.
Okay. In terms of the failed transaction, or the denied transaction, was that, I assume, around the time that they gave it to Mama V, or was that after it was stolen?
That was around the time they sold it to Mama V. It was actually the day before.
Okay. Did we ever confirm that, because we know that a Templar is the one who broke in, did we ever confirm that a Templar was in their group?
There was a few other... Okay, well, maybe not with their group, but you did, like, Sorry. Let me stop having a stroke. You did figure out that there was someone of that skill level doing things around the same time that they did, and all of them are not there anymore. Sorry, I misspoke.
Okay.
So, it's I guess I should have said when I stated that you guys said they were with him that it was a hypothesis, not like a fact.
Well, I'm pretty sure we confirmed that it was like Amalia's parent or something that messed with Sugar.
Yeah, it was
By
definitely...
like drilling a hole in the wall and casting spells.
You guys assumed more of the level of sibling at the time, but definitely a relative of some sort. And then the first assumption was sibling. So here,
Okay.
I'll actually edit my DM notes for Uthrak and Amalia. Let me do that real quick, just so that way it's like somewhere visible.
I feel like there was more we needed from this ledger, and I'm not going to remember until the episode comes out in like a month and a half. But that's okay. I didn't write it down, so I'm going to convince myself it wasn't that important.
There we go.
Why
Sorry.
is it so quiet? Yeah.
I've started muting my mic while I'm typing because my mic is suspended over my keyboard. So I sit far away so that way my mic doesn't accidentally pick up y'all talking through my headphones, but then my mic is now above my keyboard. So if I start typing, it goes tap 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 really loud in the recording. So I've turned that off.
Good.
Dang.
Give us some ASMR.
God, no. Please, no. Great. So yeah, we will take that information. At the very least, we found that they, well, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume they didn't sell it again. If he didn't even take it the first time, they wouldn't try it again. So, or at least didn't sell it to this person. Great. Take that, pass on. Everyone else is with me, so we all have that information now. And Vivian is going to look to the rest of the group and say, I sort of think at this point, I can't think of any other. I almost slipped into Rhea's voice there for a second. No, try again. I can't think of anything else that we would need to do to find them in this city. We know they were going north, or at the very least, they were going somewhere cold. And I don't know, maybe that's towards Sky Mount. Maybe it's not. I suppose I could spend some time in the library to try and figure out what this artifact is, or more about it, but I've kind of run out of leads here. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Don't we have that family to escort in like a day?
Yes, I think that's the day after tomorrow, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's 2 days from now.
Yikes.
Yeah, so we'll definitely go with them. The question that I have, we have kind of started to pick up this trail. I don't know how invested we all are in seeing it through to the end. Obviously, this artifact they have is dangerous.
What can
I
it
wouldn't
do again?
It took for those of you listening at home, it's been 2 fucking weeks. It made essentially all of the animals in its presence awaken. And gave some of them like magic powers, like Sugar was able to cast spells and whatnot. And then eventually the artifact was taken away and they went insane.
Yeah, I think that is kind of a big problem. Like, if we solve it along the way, that would be great. But like, I think having wild animals doing the bidding of someone, or like completely wild animals not having like the brain to like not know to go into an open village, I think it's well to keep on like the top shelf.
I think
Did I just have a stroke?
What?
No, I understood what she meant. Like, basically, like, obviously it's not going to become your priority, like, mission, but, like, if you can figure it out, keep your eye on it, and, like...
That makes more sense. I'm sorry, I did not process that the first time around.
Yeah, basically, like, not not your number one priority, but, like, something that you should definitely, like, keep in your thoughts when looking into things.
For sure. I mean, I guess it really just depends, because, like, if it's something that we can solve before we gotta fucking skedaddle, then, I mean, do we have anything better to do?
I mean, everything that we have is pointing to the fact that they have left, and probably left a while ago.
Do we know which direction they went yet?
We know that they bought, like, cold weather clothes, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, so they're probably going the same way we are.
Yeah.
Very likely. That's why I'm asking, like, right now. I guess also the thing is, if as we're traveling, we start hearing more about awakened beasts, I guess it'll make it easier to track them.
True. I mean, yeah. In that case, yeah, I totally agree with Mickey. Like, we can fucking. God damn it, Chess. Yeah, we can totally head north, and if something in license doesn't immediately catch our attention, then we can keep pursuing this.
Okay. Is there anything that anyone wants to do for the next 2 days while we're in town?
I'm gonna throw something out there, and you guys tell me if it's a terrible idea, because very likely it could be. I kind of want to go back into the fucking Underdark.
Why?
Because it's cool, and I want to see what's down there.
Honestly, same.
What?
Well, like, we can collect a lot of materials down there, like a lot of potion material.
Yeah, and a lot of rare shit.
Yeah.
Johnny will call the party to a helm. and we'll say, in the cave of that bullet, the odd realm we discovered, it reeked with the scent of evil dreams. I should wish to take another look before we leave, if that is acceptable.
I'm sort of trying to be hot on the trail of a thing here.
Do you have more leads in the city?
No, they're in the next city that I want to go to.
Yeah, and we're leaving the day after tomorrow to go to that city.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're in
You want to
Skymount,
go
right?
to?
I didn't misunderstand. Or not Skymount, the next one, Snow's Reach.
I'm looking for the artist that did the sketch, and then we were gonna look at whatever there was a city that they said that she was traveling to most recently, which I think was Skymount. Yes,
We're in Skymount.
not
So was it
Skymount,
up?
the other
Was
one,
it Snow's Reach?
Snow's Reach.
Yeah, we're going there the day after tomorrow because if we wait and escort some traders, we get a lot of money.
Okay, and was it the? It was Viron was the place that the person had made the sketch, right? Let me open the world map real quick.
The sketch was made in Paylor, but you did, I don't know if you noted this down, but you did deduce that, like, the person who did the sketch likely, that is the, like, that, like, all the information you could get out of Paylor has been transported to Skymount, and not
Right.
to eyebrow wiggle DM eyes at all of you, but all signs, conveniently wink wink nudge nudge, point north.
Which is where Snow's Reach is, no?
Correct.
Yeah.
Snow's Reach is the capital of license.
Right.
Where the snow is?
Where the snow is, yeah. Hey. It's snowy and
Because
it's
that's
the
where the
highest
snow
reach.
reaches. Who
Yeah.
fucking could have
Well,
I
and
could not have told you that.
place. You know, they got there, they're like, hey, we reach where the snow is, and then they named it Snow's Reach, and it was an honestly named place.
Yeah, it's the
Simple
highest
as.
reach of the continent, and there's fucking snow there. Welcome to Snow's Reach.
Great. So, Vivian, of course, and I, Minnow, remember traveling to the Underdark. But assuming that there was a player that wasn't there that day, was there anything in particular, just whoever that would be, is there anything in particular else that was, like, down there?
There's a bullet.
You
Right,
guys-
but I mean,
Oh,
like,
we
were there
killed the
more,
bullet.
were there
Yeah.
more, like, tunnels? Were there more places to go?
Were there more tunnels in the lower dim? Absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
From the
all-
area that you were in? It wasn't just, like, a cave, so it was, like, a tunnel system that you were in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
guys
we-
were officially in the depths, which is the Teosia name of the Underdark, like the actual Underdark.
I'll remember it someday. Yeah, so we were in the depths, and, like, we took a specific tunnel because we were going somewhere specific. But, yeah, no, like, pretty sure I even remember the DM describing, like, us looking, like, over a fucking ledge or something, and just seeing that this place just goes on for fucking ever, basically.
But, I guess, DM to player, DM to players, if you guys, it all boils down to, if you guys, because, like, I'll keep the fact that you want to go into the Underdark in mind, but it's if you want to stay, if you want to do the 2 to, I'm gonna explain this in session terms, if you want to do the, like, 2 to 3 session escapade of the Underdark and then leave Farwood, or leave Farwood, do this little, thing you're on, and, like, no spoilers, like, what's gonna happen, but just, like, do this little job that you've wanted to take, and then, like, again, not being, like, railroady, but, like, there is definitely going to be avenues to explore the Underdark, really from anywhere you go.
Sounds pretty railroady.
Whatever, Groove, shut up. What was it to you?
I think you're good, boss.
Groove's not a player.
I mean, if y'all want to go down there, I will
It's a
say,
mess.
as a person that frequently gets lost and hurts myself on hikes, I love the idea of going into a cave system with no plan. That sounds like a delightful idea.
Yeah, like, I really want to go to, like, collect, like, random shit from the depths, and also, like, kill a few monsters and then come back up, like, 2 days later, because it's just covered in, like, dust and, like...
Well, I guess the question then is more so, like, how much out-of-game time do we want to spend on this? Because it sounds like if we go into the depths, that's going to be 2 sessions minimum that we're going to be down there.
Honestly, I really want Dakota to come back next week and find us in the fucking depths.
And be like, I left you for 1 week and now you guys are in hell.
Yes.
Okay, both of you two assume that Dakota wouldn't be fucking ecstatic about that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would be. That's why I want it to happen.
Yeah. Again, that isn't me being like, I don't want to go near neck. It's just me like, I've also know that like a general idea is that you guys don't want to be in Farwood anymore.
What do you have to do with your monk shit? Don't you have monk shit you gotta do?
Several
No.
things that involve not dying, if I'm remembering
Was that
correctly.
it? Was it just like, go get stronger? Was that it?
She told me to fight things, so this is me fighting things.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so
Sure.
Johnny will look to Jay and say, we will be moving to that location shortly. More evil to consume. But my hunger swiftly grows, and the depths are calling to me.
You can see that he's got like a pretty clear. Well, actually, no, you can't because he's wearing a helmet. But beyond the helmet, he kind of like looks down, and you can see he brings a gauntleted hand up to the bottom of the helmet, like he's scratching his chin. And he says, "I don't think I'll be able to make much headway on my own, anyways. So wherever you guys are going, I shall follow."
Very well. Shall we? We go to the depths.
Yeah, and
Are we
I would
there?
need... No.
Shit.
I would need la da da whoever fucking wants to make me an investigation check.
Can it be a perception check?
I would make an argument for survival.
Yeah, that works.
Have guidance.
Winks and wisdom.
Wow, that's fucked.
Wow, snake eyes.
That's the first time I've heard Groove like audibly react to one of his rolls.
That's fucked.
That's fucked.
That's man. It is incredible.
Hold on, we gotta.
It's like simply incredible.
Oh,
By which I, of course, mean it is without credit.
there's only 3 people in this chat that get that joke.
True.
Huh?
Just for you.
Actually, I think everyone here gets that joke.
What
guess-
joke?
Oh, maybe Joey doesn't get it.
Joey doesn't get it
joke?
because he has the memory of a fucking Campbell's soup can.
I didn't even. I can't have any memory if I didn't hear the
Josh's
fucking
dad.
joke.
Simply
Simply
incredible.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. That did go right over my head.
Well, anyway, so I guess we're going to the fucking the downs.
depths.
What is it?
The gloom.
depths?
The depths.
Yes, the depths.
The Downs. Do not call it the Downs.
It's a lovely laundry detergent. It smells
Downy.
so good down there.
Damn. Okay, so we got a big 6. 19 and a 28 with a natural 20. So, of course, the first time you all went into the depths, it was through the basement of Mr. Barclay. But of course, he has already, by now especially, started the efforts of maybe sanctioning that off and trying to repair it. As to...
So we swan dive down the city as well instead.
Into the
No.
best night of your life.
However, you do take a look around, because surely, if it was so easy to get into it the first time, there has to be another way down. And, eventually, after looking around, there's an area behind some residential, housing and such, where it's, I don't want to say a forested area, but, you know, there's, like, parks and still areas with grass and trees and whatnot within the city. And you find a large and very old tree where the bottom of its trunk has sort of like rotted away and the roots have like coiled and bent from rot, but the tree is so old and so big that this one part of its roots rotting is not enough to tear down the entire tree. And Emiko especially finds this, and she like leans down into it and sees that there is a hole that kind of very subtly burrows under this tree, and the smell that comes up from it is very similar, very earthy, a lot of minerals, a lot of that kind of damp, earthy, pungent smell that was pretty much ever present within the depths. And I know that Mickey stepped away for a second, but Emiko managed to find another much more, I guess safe would be the best way, because you're able to climb down because this tree's roots extend all the way down and dirt turns into stone. And eventually, you find yourselves within another cavern. This one has a little bit more of like tree roots and stuff in it since you're under this like park area, but also another key difference is this one doesn't have the constant presence of cave-ins. The area is dim lit, but not by torches. There's actually some of the gems that grow out of the ground kind of emit their own light, especially when things get near them. So there's this dim, cool-colored purple and blue light. There's mushrooms. Yes. What's up?
Gems, you say?
Gems, I did say.
Pickaxe. We get every gem we can grab. How many gems do we get?
Make me a survival check real quick.
This is a group effort. Everyone has a pickaxe.
Yeah.
If we're going down into the depths, we have pickaxes, we have torches, we have lanterns. We would have gotten the whole shebang. I'll mark off whatever gold that costs for standard delving stuff. Everyone make a survival check.
Yeah. By the way, a grand total of that would be like 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'm sure I can grab it from the PHP.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Hey, I also rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1. Fuck. 15, 10. Ouch.
Chas, could I use mold earth to help me get these out?
Yeah. That would also...
Hey, Chas, the 3 skeletons have pickaxes.
Yeah.
They better be making me survival checks.
Fucking...
Chas, does that mean I can just do it, or do I roll with advantage?
Roll with advantage.
Okay. Much better.
Much better than a 1? I should fucking hope so.
Approximately.
That's double.
Better than a 1.
Skill, right?
What's up?
What is?
That is wisdom skill, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, one of them did pretty good. Yeah, but just for the sake of simplicity, I'll put this in a loop real quick.
Just crystallized ammonium nitrate.
I don't know what that is.
If it's nitrate, then it's either explosive or flammable in some aspect.
Amethyst. I kill it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but you get basically some like teal quartz and raw amethyst, and then there's also like little stone growths that are essentially just like petrified, like old like mushroom pieces that are basically fossilized.
Oh yeah. You also mentioned that there were mushrooms. What kind of mushrooms? You can just say magic mushrooms of the not psychedelic variety.
Damn.
Yeah. They are just like they are just typical cave mushrooms. But there are some of them that you see that also like, just because like you know your alchemy book through and through, some of these are like categorized as extremely rare.
Yoink, 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 yoink.
And really good for potion making.
How many of those can I yoink?
Emiko can
12.
help. Emiko will help with the mushroom picking.
Yeah.
For the. Yep.
However, as you go deep down, because obviously this isn't all just clustered in one spot, it's kind of like along the way. However, just because I still want to ride that nearly a 30 on a survival check, you start to see mushrooms up ahead that start to kind of like writhe and undulate as you get closer to them.
Ew.
Like, they seem like they're about to release like gases, like a defense mechanism.
Correct.
Bippa bang.
Bippa bang. But they're not those. Because.
Do they look about to go off?
Do you continue to like step forward towards them, or do you maybe like take a step back when you see them start to writhe and undulate?
Yeah, Emiko would like stop and like take a step back, but the problem is she wouldn't be in front. Yeah, wait, Xander, no!
Xander's gonna go poke it.
He's gonna go poke it?
He's gonna go.
Wait, can I pull him away from it before he does it?
You can certainly try. Make a strength check.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Allie causing problems on purpose.
Xander, no, they're gonna hurt you. Stop.
I'm not scared. That's a dirty 20 for me.
What did you get on your strength check, Emiko?
I would need a natural 20.
You get it?
Oh, oof.
No!
No!
Go poke it.
Yeah, so, Xander, as you approach the, and basically what this mushroom looks like is it, kind of looks like a creeping, it almost looks like a cactus, to be honest, without the spikes, like, rising out of the ground. It has these, giant, like, blue bumps coming out of it that expand and expand and expand as Xander gets closer. And again, literally, just sounds like the stretching, like the pulling apart of Velcro as you get closer. And, but once Xander gets, like, within, like, the 5-foot mark, the, bumps and ridges on it expand to their maximum capacity and burst. I need Xander and Emiko, if you truly are attached to him still, I need both of you to make con saves. As this blue, very, very dense
fucking natural 20 for 24.
High five! I also got a natural 20 for a total of 23.
So, you will only take half damage from this, and you will not get the long-term effects. Well, I wouldn't say long-term. It would be for the next, like, hour.
Can I do one quick thing, though?
What?
As it goes to burst, can I take out an empty vial and put it in such a way where as it bursts, the vial will catch like a good amount of whatever this is?
Yeah.
And then after it goes off, I'm going to cork it.
Whew. Ow, motherfucker. Yeah, so you both take, and this is already halved, 9 points of poison damage. As this, basically, now the mushroom, kind of, flares up and it just pops in this very thick, almost feels like powder. It's so thick, like a bag of flour exploding. And it, literally cakes onto your clothes and kind of dissolves, and it makes this burning feeling in your eyes and in your skin. And, the smoke, dissipates, and the mushroom, literally kind of, flops over on the ground. It flattens, like a airless balloon. Like a popped balloon, just...
Sick. And then, now that I have the vial corked, I'm gonna give it to Vivian.
Sure, yeah. She uses Mage Hand and does it without having to get close to them. Staring at you the whole time.
I'm sorry, I missed that. How much damage was that?
9.
9, okay, thank you.
With poison damage, which means in 4 or 5 more levels, you will never have to worry about these again.
Yeah, but Xander, your clothes and your face are covered head to toe in blue dust.
I cast Druidcraft, no they're not.
But they were.
Nice.
I'm also gonna give 9 berries to Emiko.
Emiko's gonna eat them.
What's a 9-berry?
9 berries.
I know.
Jackass.
Why'd you?
And after this happens, though, I would like everybody to make me perception checks. This is hearing based.
I haven't opened that for some reason.
Oh, fuck. Alright, well, that die is out of play for this session.
9.
God, Groove, you are rolling like shit today.
9. 5. 13.
What is this number?
25.
Oh.
You know what's funnier than 24?
9.
27. And you got a... Did you say you got a 9, Emiko?
Yeah.
Oh my god. 9.
God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Vivian, after the, explosion of the mushroom goes off, and it actually just set off kind of a chain reaction to some other ones ahead of it, but since they're too far away, it doesn't really affect you. Maybe out to about 20 feet, and then you hear a very strange noise. This weird resonance hits your ears. It almost feels like vibration so strong that they produce almost a music.
Okay, yeah, I will alert everyone to the sound I'm hearing.
Hans, gebe mir die Stierhandgranaten.
9.
I look in the direction of the sound.
The cavern isn't necessarily, straight, so you don't, really, not most things in Teosia aren't, but you don't see anything directly, but you do see that there is a twisting path that starts to gradually get wider ahead of you.
Does anybody have the light cantrip?
All 3 of our skeletons have lanterns, but I am sure someone may have light.
Anyone at all?
Does
Emiko's
my
a
dagger
light punch.
glow?
That's true. Emiko, punch a rock and we'll throw it down there.
I'm pretty sure my dagger emits.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So here's the situation. Emiko's gonna punch it. I'm gonna cast Magic Stone on it to give it a 60-foot range without having to roll anything, and I'm gonna throw it.
Hey.
Okay, so you, yeah, so you punch a stone and it emits light, and then you toss it down the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you toss it and it kind of like clatters and skips, and there's a very like, loud tack, 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 tack. And Vivian, almost in response to this, you hear that noise grow louder.
Okay, other people hear that now, right?
Yeah, and again,
Great.
it fills the air. Again, it's this weird resonating vibration that, again, almost sounds like music, but it's obvious that there is no instrument. It literally feels like vibrations.
DM, can I roll a performance check to see if I can sing and harmonize with this music?
Yeah, go ahead and make that for me.
Roll with guidance too, because I can. Sick. Yeah, that's gonna be 21.
Yeah, so you start to try and replicate this noise, and actually, despite the fact that this noise is not your native tongue, the way that Terran, the language, sort of like sounds like the echoing, colliding or sliding of rocks, you're actually able to do this quite well. Given that it doesn't, obviously it's not your native language, but there are parts of it that are very similar, albeit you very obviously cannot replicate the source of this noise. And the noise stops for a second, and then continues, almost like someone is attempting to speak with you. And then you all start to hear the sound of echoing, but very strange sounding footsteps. And the light coming from the stone starts to show you shadows coming from deeper within the corridor. And finally, after maybe about 20 seconds or so, you see a creature. A two-legged creature that looks like it is comprised completely and totally out of fungi. Mushrooms of all colors sprouting from no source in particular, seemingly growing off of one another until it stacks into a somewhat humanoid composure, 2 legs, 2 arms, a head. There are glowing orbs for eyes that actually seem to be a chemical byproduct of bioluminescence, giving it a place for eyes and the magical but very natural aether comprising its form. And it looks to all of you, like it goes to pick up the stone and then stops and looks over and sees all of you. And then once again, this harmonious music sort of projects forward in your direction.
Yeah, so this is a mushroom man?
If you would like
Okay.
more specific stuff, any of you can make me a history check.
Sure. Really what I want to know is, will speak with plants let me talk to him?
Wait, could I use thaumaturgy to try to mimic speech with this creature? I don't know how exactly that would help us, but maybe we can communicate that we mean no harm at least.
But what if you accidentally call it a slur?
Oh no.
Dang.
Xander,
You might think that someone
to-
says fabulous, but they meant something else.
Xander is going to call out to the creature in Primordial and greet it.
Chas, what does the 22 history give me?
Essentially, you recognize that these are myconids. They are effectively a sentient plant. So yes, speak with plants will apply here. But they are basically living fungi. They typically live in the darker places of the world, i.e. the depths. Some of them live in other deep caves that are not necessarily the depths. Some of them live in higher up mountains, or some of them live in places that are so cold that they do not see sunlight very often, but that is a lot more rare because the colder temperatures only agree with certain, sub-races of these creatures.
Sure. Yeah, I will cast Speak with Plants, and I'll say, hello there. We're the Silver Lining. Just came down to check things out. Have we stumbled upon your home?
To everyone else, you hear a chorus of clicks and again, weird music. Almost sounds like distant whale song, and it responds to you, Vivian. Not my home, so to speak, but nearby it. Also, real quick. You can go ahead, I have to do something real quick, though.
Chas is violently pissing.
I knew it.
Are you familiar with a Mycelius the Mighty?
Fuck me, dude. Holy.
Joey's dying.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, it says, not my home, so to speak, but near it.
Well, we don't mean to intrude. I'll admit I have read about myconids before, but this is my first time meeting one. My name is Mistress Vivian Deshays. What is your name?
You don't hear a name in the traditional sense, but you hear a very specific arrangement of frequencies and notes, and that is how it responds.
Okay.
But then it says, the pointed ones typically call me Flo.
The pointed ones?
I apologize, we do not have a word for them in our language, but the creature kind of tries to look at all of you to try to find someone similar, but no one comes to mind. It looks like they're like, ah, shit.
Emiko has pointy ears.
You have pointy animal ears.
Well, they're so pointy.
I mean, we all have pointy ears when we're Argonauts.
Yeah. It lifts a fungal finger, tap its chin and says, "Oh, I believe that those on the surface call them elves."
Point, I guess that makes sense. And as we were passing by, we came across these mushrooms that are poisonous to us, which gave us a little bit of a shock, but not too much of one.
Yes, the chain reactions of these is what alerted my attention.
Our apologies. Vivian, so here's what I minnow want. And I'm going to try and find a way to get this across and find a way to get there. I want to check out the myconids home. So that sounds rad as hell. I would love a quest from a mushroom man. I'm trying to think of how Vivian could just breach that subject. Should we say, I've heard many things about the depths and that they tend to be quite dangerous. We ourselves are quite adept at dealing with dangerous things. Perhaps, is it possible that we would be able to visit your home or visit more people with you so we could communicate and talk more.
Make a persuasion check at advantage, Vivian.
Okay. I cannot guide myself. Somebody else got me?
I got you.
Hey, if nobody else got me, I know Xander got me. That is pretty good. With my persuasion, which I had 0, so that's a 19.
Yeah, it looks at you and kind of like shuffles a little bit and then says, "This is acceptable. My people can give you a blessing to be able to communicate with us. Please, follow me."
Great. Vivian will. I think Vivian, by the way, has just been like looking at this person and just been like humming really deep and has not been saying actual words. And then she looks over and says, "We're going to go check out his village now."
Okay.
Great.
That was interesting. I picked out elves from that. What were you talking about?
We were talking about elves, actually.
Oh, it sounded like "Ooh, elves."
It's a beautiful language.
I mean, that is kind of how it would go if they said elves but don't have that word in their language. It's like,
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Yeah, it literally sounds like someone making a trumpet, like, make noise in such a way where it sounds like a person saying elves.
I guess we still say Great, yeah. So
like,
let's go.
Elves.
Sorry.
think I'm gonna kill some elves.
Blame it on my ADD, baby. Oh god. Oh god, okay, I'm fine. Yeah, and
Dwarf national anthem.
Creature starts to like shamble away, and as you go through the twists and turns of this cavern, like almost immediately it seems like you guys were in this little small part, and just after the curve of this tunnel it opens up into this grand expanse. The walls are literally glittering, like rich with minerals, and sure, I can do that eventually. But they are glittering and shimmering with minerals and different types of like moss, and I think the other word I'm looking for is like lichen?
Lichen.
Is it lichen?
Yeah.
It is lichen.
And I've never heard that word said out loud, so I've just been winging it. And lichen kind of clinging to the walls. There are stalactites are the ones that hang down.
Yes.
I throw on the top.
Yay.
And mites are like mines.
And it's really funny. In my little like mini script for the first session of this, I wrote stalactites, and I sat there and practiced that specific part of it because I was like, I'm gonna say mites on accident. I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm gonna be stupid.
It is weird that for people that spent most of our early evolutionary history getting out of caves, people are so uptight about stalactite versus stalagmite. Like, everyone makes such a big deal out of it.
I just didn't want to sound stupid, but there's this open expanse, and there's these like high towering rock pillars that are very natural and in like a spiked formation. There's large amethysts that are like impossibly big almost, and then you go a little further and it develops into this like rocky mushroom forest where the terrain is this like dark black slated stone, and then there's these towering mushrooms where the stalks of them glow ever so slightly with bioluminescent energy. And there's the creature like leads you through flow, and maybe within like 20 or so minutes the bioluminescent glows grow a lot more intense, and you see this kind of quaint little rock and fungal forest develop into an entire colony of just different types of the giant plants. Fuck, I can't talk.
Megaflora?
Yeah, I almost said megafauna, but that's animals. But there's like, the mushrooms get even bigger, so big that there's actually parts of it carved out, not completely removed, but like bent and twisted to make steps that lead up into the top. Some mushrooms have obviously been cultivated to grow out of each other to create platforms and create homes. Some of the mushrooms glow in a way where it almost resembles like street torches, and there is like these tiny little spores that dot throughout the air. And there are all sorts of colors, and it literally goes from being like kind of dark and maybe earthy tones, although the stone does have a slight purple hue to it. But it goes from like maybe dark like reds and browns to there are vibrant greens and purples and pinks, and then you see bigger clusters of other of these myconids, and they are all in such vastly different shapes and sizes. An entire collective community, all speaking to each other through like these harmonious melodies and chirps and clicks, and it just sounds like a echoing chorus of music that all seem to blend together. And Flo turns around and says, "Welcome to my home."
It's, with all honesty, one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. This enchantment that allows me to speak with you won't last much longer, so if it's at all possible for us to meet someone who could bless us so we could speak, I have many questions. My friend will have 16,000 of them.
Flo points to these sort of spores that float within the air and says, "Breathe it in. It will not harm you. I swear on my honor."
As
Sure.
Flo points to the spores, Xander's like, "Oh, hey, that looks cool," and then goes and breathes them in.
Xander would be so easy to kidnap.
I mean, yeah, that's how the campaign started.
Oh my god.
The problem is then you're stuck with Xander, and like keeping him kidnapped is not as easy, but getting him in the first place isn't so bad.
It's because he keeps bringing everyone into danger, including the kidnappers. It's like, fuck, dude, this guy's
Yeah,
the
to be
worst
fair,
Courage the Cowardly Dog episode ever.
when the Skinari noobs captured him, they literally had to gag him to get him to shut the hell up. Because he just
Cringe.
kept talking.
Let my mans talk.
They don't
So-
want. They don't
Let
want to let me
Xander say
be great.
fuck.
They don't want to let me be great.
Great. So yeah, so I'll inhale some spores. I'll also bottle some
Damn.
spores.
Don't do this at home.
Yeah.
Do the spores give us a good, a nice high?
No, but they do. It kind of feels that way because you suddenly understand all the music around you. It still sounds very harmonious.
That is
and
the
nice.
highest thing I've heard anybody say ever.
Kathy and I both looking at each other fucking through the goddamn metaphorical, like, TV screen, like, yeah.
Yeah.
You understand the music around you? Come the fuck on.
Come
But-
the fuck on.
Chief Keef.
But literally, the music starts to have like meaning to it other than just beauty and a collective community. You start to hear words and meaning and understanding within it. And Flo says, "It's a little unnerving at first for most surface dwellers, but not harmful."
Everyone, this is Flo. Flo, this is the silver lining.
Flow Rida.
Xander, please introduce yourself.
Good shit.
It's nice to meet you, Flo. I am, of course, Prince Xander of Petrus, the resident warlock here in the Silver Lining, and these are my friends and colleagues. This is Emiko, our resident martial artist. Really need to quit saying resident. There needs to be more words for that, so I don't have to repeat myself. This is, of course, Sir J. Elwood, the most glorious knight in all of the land.
Damn right.
That's Lysel. They're a bit catatonic right now. They should be back with us in 2 to 3 business days. This is, of course, Mistress Vivian Deshays, who you've already met. And this is, we call him Mr. Phage, Johnny O'Phage, Jonathan O'Neill's Phage. That's Johnny, and he does some dope shit with dreams that I don't really understand, but he's very powerful.
Yes. This is something that I understand, although pardon if I am unable to properly speak your names, as they are foreign to my way of speech.
He tries to say Johnny, and we just hear a scream. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Phage.
Yeah,
Phage.
Great. Yeah. So I'm going to say thank you for welcoming us into your home. I'd love to meet some more of you. Is it okay if we head inside the village?
Of course. Here. It lifts up its hand and, like, plucks, a, like, mushroom off of its arm, and it extends out to you and, like, kind of, like, crushes it between its, like, very weird fingertips, and these spores kind of float out and, like, mark your jacket, and kind of on all of you, colorless, though, and says, this will, I have no good way of explaining it, but this will allow my kinsfolk to understand that you mean no harm, as they will sense my presence within you.
An invitation of sorts?
Indeed.
Great. Well, let's go. We go in.
Yeah, and Flo, like, walks with you and says, we have welcomed overdwellers before. You might even see some of them while you're down here, or within the village itself. They like to study or sometimes just enjoy our company. Is there anything that you would like to learn about us first in specific?
Oh, I am actually kind of starving. Is there any food that we could share?
Flo taps his chin again and says, follow me. And, like, as you, like, walk through the village, the other Myconids are, like, looking at you very curiously, singing their songs towards you. There are much smaller Myconids that kind of, like, run forward as if wanting to, like, examine you and look at you. There is some of the mushrooms start to glow brighter. They're bioluminescent strands illuminating even further. And basically, it's kind of like, you hear the song echo throughout the town, Visitor.
Yeah, Xander is absolutely eating it up. He's strolling through this place like Mick Jagger at a fucking press conference. Great.
Yeah.
What?
And there's a particular mushroom that looks like it kind of looks like it's scorched, but it's not. And there's hold on, I'm gonna look it up. What is it called? An inky cap. It looks like a giant, much thicker inky cap. Where the little drips.
Chat. Oh yeah, I'm a druid.
Oh yeah, I'm a druid. I honestly thought Vivian was just saying that to like as like a icebreaker for like what's the best way to learn a culture? Their food.
Hey, if that makes me sound smart, then yes, that is
unfathomably based.
That is a good way to learn about culture, though, to be fair.
True.
Art and food, the two best ways to learn about a culture.
This building, this quote-unquote building, does look like just a giant version of Agatha's hat.
Yeah.
This is me outing myself for just really liking inky cap mushrooms aesthetically.
They're rad. They're great.
And
that mushroom looks like it would kill me instantly if I touched it, I will say.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect for you to touch then, because you do that a lot.
But Flo leads you
Damn,
through,
get her ass.
and there's actually like a stone platform, I guess I'll call it, that has a fire burning underneath it, and there's a very stocky, large mushroom on the other side of it, with a giant like knife that it's using to like cook. And then there's actually someone sitting at another like little stone. I guess these are being used as tables. You actually see an individual in here who has this like dark purple skin and like silver combed back hair that goes into like a very, very long and very messy ponytail, sitting there humming and clicking, seemingly knowing their language and talking to this individual, and is basically saying something along the lines of like, come on, you can give me like one more joke and I'll leave it alone. I promise, I'll leave it alone. And,
interesting way to learn about some culture.
And the big mushroom looks over and just says, all right. But one more and then I have to get back to work. Yeah, I promise. Last one. And I, Chas, am horrible at making jokes. And basically...
Damn, that's a good one.
And basically, however, he does tell a joke that seems like you only understand it if you're one of these mushroom people. Like, it makes no sense, right? Like, he says, maybe it's a little sexist. You don't really know. You can't really tell.
That's not a red cap. That's my wife.
Yeah, basically.
Boomer-ass mushroom memes.
Yeah.
Basically something along the lines of that. And this individual who is a drow just starts laughing their ass off. Like,
Is it fake? Is it like fake laughing? Is he like making fun of
Oh,
them?
no, he's having a great time. Like, they're
How?
genuinely...
All right.
It seems very obvious that like it's less that the joke is funny and more like this is like a good friendly time. That was a good one. I love that one. And the mushroom goes, "Oh, I've told you that one already." No, you haven't, big guy. I've never heard that one before. You're lying to me. I am.
I hate him.
Is that like a date situation?
Yeah, they're smart.
No, they are not. Doesn't seem to be a romantic conversation. More like a regular at a business that's like they're way too much sort of vibe.
The rest of this campaign is just getting these two to hook up.
Yeah.
The two non-biologically compatible.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know that.
Or biologically incompatible would be the proper way to say that. Anyways.
Flo walks in and says, greetings. We have guests that would like some food. Food, you say? Well, good thing that I got a shipment of things that overdwellers can actually eat.
Who's shipping shit down here?
Hey, they got connections. Also,
Yeah, they say a lot of people come through.
Could also just be.
I guess.
From
Oh,
another
that
place
is. Yeah, they did say that. That's truth.
The drow individual looks like shocked and kind of like shrinks down a little bit and continues eating what looks to be like a sandwich. It's just a very weird looking sandwich. Hey Marble, can I help you?
It's smothered in Dijon mustard.
Ugh.
Can I help you? What are you licking on my floor? Girl, back off. Get out of here. You're crazy. I'm gonna eat you. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
Apparently it's a dog sandwich.
But no, it's just that instead of bread, it looks like some sort of like vegetation that has been bundled up enough to be thick enough to constitute as a bun, and then what is very obviously like grilled and battered fish. And also, what the fuck is that mushroom called? And the other topping on the sandwich. Clicky-doo. Clicky-me-doo. Clicky-a-dee.
I'm so excited for Chaz to be like, oh, it's this mushroom, and it's the most toxic mushroom alive.
No, it's this mushroom.
Oh my god, what the fuck am I looking at? What? I can't see this.
I believe that's called a string cheese mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's enoki.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, wait, no.
Enoki?
It's not toxic. People eat that shit all the time.
Hell yeah. Who's gonna step right up? She's gonna sit down. Next to this weird druid guy.
Emiko will sit down.
Yeah. They'll be like looking and then like looking away and like not like it's very obvious, not like shifty, but like trying not to be like rude. And the big mushroom says, I unfortunately do not have a lot of dishes normal to the topside folk, but we do have fish and all sorts of other mushrooms that we are alright with eating, and I have an assortment of plant growth that we typically use for protein and such.
You have plant growth for protein?
Yes.
Peas!
Peas!
Can I have some?
Yeah, he goes, would you like it grilled or sauced?
Oh. What do you recommend?
Personally, I like it grilled and sauced.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't know if that was rude. Yes, grilled and sauced, please. Do you sauce first or grill first or both? Sauce, grill, then sauce again.
Yes, something like that. You see him take out this, like, very obviously dried out, like, mushroom cap that's been hollowed out to, like, be used as a bowl. And he takes this very thick, it almost looks like a cross between, like, ferns and seaweed. It's a very thick leaf. Oops, didn't mean to make my computer ding. Stop dinging. There we go. It's like a cross between, like, a fern and, like, wet seaweed. And it's very thick. And he like picks it up and plops it in this bowl of like it looks like a soy sauce kind of deal, and it has like seeds in it, like some sort of like sesame sauce. That's just what it looks like at like a first glance. And he like washes the plant through it, and he takes multiple handfuls of it and just rinses it in this sauce, and then he plops it on the stone. And part of the stone is cool enough to be used as a table, but the part of the stone closest to him is hot enough to be like a griddle of sorts. And he like slaps it down, and it immediately starts to bubble and sizzle. And he takes after like flipping it, the leaves seem to get like bigger and thicker as the heat forces them to like absorb the sauce and expand. And then he pours the rest of the sauce from the bowl onto it, and he flips it a few more times, and then he does this cool thing where he like takes his bare hands, which are flattened, almost like he has like little fungal claws, and he very quickly like flips it multiple times until it is all neatly folded into like a little square, and it almost looks like onigiri, but obviously it's not, but it's like packed in that kind of way.
Hell yeah.
and he places it on like a bark plate and hands it to anyone who wanted something made the same way.
Yoink. I will say, just out of character, the ultimate power fantasy for me as a person with really fatal food allergies is this thought that I could go to any restaurant and not have to worry about what they're making for me. That sounds like heaven. Yeah, while he's making that though, going to look over to this drow. I'm the druid, we just established. I'm going to look over to this drow. Are there any other myconids in here? Or is it like slow day?
There are a few. They're just not sitting as close to the individual cooking. There's even a few behind him that are much smaller, but they're like maybe 10 feet away. And they're like reorganizing supplies and like bringing him stuff to cook. And when they walk up, they go, "Hi!" And then they like give him the ingredients he needs and then go, "Bye!" And then like walk away.
Nice. Yeah, I think Viv is going to try and just be like, "Hey, we're adventurers. Any chance anybody around here needs any work for adventurers?" Sort of put the vibe out while eating.
Hello. Sorry, by the way. I just didn't want to be rude. I have a horrible tendency to stare.
Is this the drow saying that?
Yes. If you were talking to the drow.
Your name wouldn't happen to be Andrew Crowley, would it?
No.
There's an immediate reaction to you a few minutes ago.
No. I know who that is, but no.
Right. Yeah, I think that Viv is saying this as much to this person as to any of the other myconids nearby. Like, we're down here, we may as well see if there's any work to be done. So he pipes out and she said, "That's fine. I've been told that I stare as well," she says, unblinking. "What's your name? We're the Silver Lining." Prince Xander introduced us all earlier, so I'm not going to make him do it again. "My name is Mistress Vivian Deshays."
My name's Ray, but I'm gonna put this in the chat because it's spelled a very specific way.
Ray Skywalker.
With 2 donuts.
Ray with a W, but it's not where you think it would be.
I mean, it's the depths. It's not necessarily the safest place, so there's really tons of things adventurers could do. In terms of favors for the myconids, they kind of like to keep to themselves and avoid conflict at all times. Typically, you have to volunteer to help them rather than them ask you. It's I don't want to say a cultural thing, but more of that, at least this particular village, they are very avoidant of conflict due to their history, unfortunately.
Is, fucking Smooth still in here?
Smooth?
Whatever the
Flo?
Flow, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Smooth is good, though.
Hearing this, Xander is going to be like, "By the way, we're more than willing to offer our services if you have any work needing done."
Do you say that to Flo?
Yes.
Oh, there's not really much that we face difficulty with other than the usual. Although,
What is the usual? We're kind of new down here, so...
bullets, sea monsters, giant bugs.
Sorry, sea monsters?
Oh yes, there's water down here. Deep waters, even.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes the waters of the Underdark clash with the deepest parts of the surface dwellers' ocean, allowing some horrible, horrible mixes, to be honest.
I'm envisioning a kraken mixed with a dragon turtle.
Don't wish that into existence, please.
Ah, right. Sorry. Well, as I said, whatever that you may be having issues with, we're more than happy to assist with, especially given light to your very generous hospitality.
Yeah, and by the way, whenever Ray is interacting with you, they are speaking the Myconid language rather than common. Except for, of course, when they say their first name, which it's just la 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 Ray, la 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 la.
This language is hilarious, and I'm here for it.
But he continues. Although there has been an influx in billets lately, but there's one thing considerably worse than that. But how shall I say experienced are you exactly?
I would say on a scale from 1 to 20, we're about a 6.
Ooh, ow, that sucks. What the fuck? Why am I bleeding? From where?
What?
From where's?
Or on a
Hello, this is your DM speaking, and I'm interrupting this episode purely because I want to make it funny. My leg randomly started bleeding in this episode, while I was doing things, and it's really funny because I keep getting really small, insignificant, but majorly painful and annoying injuries, and I still don't have a Band-Aid. And I cut it out, but the next, 30 seconds is everyone just being like, Chess, why don't you have more Band-Aids? And I have not learned. And I never will. Ow! Yeah, keep it... Ironic. Keep enjoying the episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Vivian is currently making Lysel also eat the mushroom. As Lysel stares at the ceiling and drools.
I just envision Lysel as the party's Mark the Red right now.
Lady Emiko, why was it that you wanted to come down here?
Was that a Gamers reference?
Yes, it was.
Oh my god.
Lady Emiko, don't get me wrong, this was great. I'm having a great time. Was there something in particular you came down here for, or wanted to come down here for?
It wasn't my idea, it was Xander's!
You seemed excited for it.
Yeah, because I wanted to come down here.
Plan.
Okay, so regardless of whose plan it was, what were you excited for? To come down here.
Okay, well, I wanted to help you collect mushrooms. I wanted to help Johnny collect all the fucking rare materials down here.
Yeah.
I wanted to come with Xander because it was fun. And I wanted to find some things to kill. To fight. I mean,
sure. Usually involved killing.
And
sometimes. With our group, more often than not.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I thought it'd be cool down here. Plus, we found the town, which we can, go around and see what is there. They should have some cool shit.
The reason I'm asking is I'm wondering if volunteering to help these people aligns with or is against your plans, or Xander's plans, or whoever's plans.
Oh, no, I just came down here because I thought it would be a fun idea, and we had 2 days. So, why sit in a tavern for 2 days when you can go to the depths? Right?
Actually, since the last time that we sat in a tavern for an extended period of time, you were almost devoured by rats.
Listen, that would have turned out a lot better if you guys weren't shooting fucking cantrips down at me.
You were literally being devoured.
It was because of you!
You were being devoured when we got down there. Revisionist history. DM, roll back the tape.
this is the part in editing where I put that really funny VHS rewind soundbite that I installed for me saying stupid shit. Where I go, and Emiko, you wake up being devoured by rats. And you say
Bada bing,
bye to your
bada
hot
boom.
anime fox boyfriend.
Big bottom.
I honestly have nothing important to say. I just put it here because I said I was going to.
Boom.
Day, day, bing, day,
But I'm
boom.
back. It was actually, I guess I accidentally knocked off the scab of my spider bite, and it bled.
You got bit by a spider?
I did!
Yeah, wolf.
No, I got bit by
Wait,
a brown...
a wolf spider?
No, I got bit by a brown recluse.
Hey, what's this issue that you're having, Mr. Myconid, sir? We want an adventure and stuff.
But the Flo says, but there's several things that go on around here. There's been an increased amount of bullets lately. But they usually stay away due to the bright lights of our fair village.
That's fair enough. We actually killed one of it not too long ago.
That makes a lot of sense.
It was actually quite easy.
Likely. Sometimes when it's just one, especially if not catch it by surprise, find it at an inopportune time, they are not so lethal. But normally they are very solitary, but we've been noticing them traveling in groups lately. Actually...
Do you have an idea for why this might be happening?
I don't, but one of them actually, and he goes to point, and Ray starts waving his arms no, hey, no, shut up, hey, stop that, hey, shut up, hey. And
Ignore the elf. What were you saying?
Yeah, and Flo goes, he actually, looking, obviously this is not a hidden conversation. Flo just leans forward, and Ray leans forward, and they both make eye contact. Maybe I'm not allowed to say this information.
Why would you not be allowed to say this information? What sway does Ray have?
Oh, well, it was about them personally. I don't want to spread someone's business with less than good intent.
Understood. Ray, why don't you want them to talk about you? Or whatever is going on here?
Oh, it's, I just don't want to concern strangers with it. It's really not a big deal.
We're very literally adventurers asking for work. Getting concerned with things is our problem.
Well, it's more that something has already happened. Unfortunately, my elder sister got eaten by one of them recently.
My condolences.
It's quite all right. I've already grieved, of course. The issue is that typically in traditions of where I'm from, we try to bury our dead, but the thing is that there's nothing left of her. I was hoping I could retrieve her sword, and I've been trying for weeks.
Where is it?
In their nest. And not a singular nest. I'm actually incorrect. It's in their breeding ground where they lay all their eggs. The Myconids, no offense to them, of course, do not want to aid me in this venture, and I would not ask them put themselves in danger, but I am just me, and going in there by myself as well, asking to rest by my sister's side as, dinner.
And none of your kinsmen will help you with this?
No. Unfortunately, me and my sister came here as a duo, and the others that passed through here are not interested. Not out of malice, but out of bigger fish, I suppose. Told me to say some prayers to Guinevere or something and move on, but, I think my sister would want me to bury her the way that our family has been buried.
And how do you know that her sword is at the breeding ground?
I only can guess, because that's where... let me add a little bit of context. He, holds up his arms. My sister was a scholar, and I protect her and her exploits. When I advised against going and studying the breeding grounds, she decided to go without me. And she's still good with a sword, but not good enough to fight several bullets at once in their breeding grounds. Good with a sword.
Let me ask the group before we get too involved here. How do we feel about going to the Billet breeding grounds?
That sounds fucking awesome.
This was more a question from Minnow, but we can say that in person if you want.
How many
Oh, no,
are...
that was Allie's reaction.
Oh, okay.
How
It sounded a little posh.
Allie has to
Sorry,
stay in the
what was
accent the whole time or she'll lose it.
What were you saying, Mickey?
How many are expected to be there? Is it the whole population of the depths, or is it just this area?
Oh, this area. The depth span across the entirety of Teosia.
That'd be a lot of bullets.
That would be an infinitesimal amount of bullets.
Do you have an estimate?
Whoa, bestie, let's go.
Maybe, in terms of mothers, which are usually the ones that stick around, maybe 8 of them?
Or probably, hopefully, there's a 50% chance it's 7 now.
Potentially.
We can be stealthy too.
Yes, there's a chance that there's also a good chance that some of them might be out hunting or gathering materials for their nests, so I would estimate around 6 of them would be present at all times.
And we could absolutely bait some of the other ones somewhere else with a handy-dandy distraction. Sneak in with some pass without a trace and see what we can see. See if there's any other treasures there that have been left for some time.
Yeah, but my sister's sword, actually, and he pulls a long sword from his back and, presents it and says, her sword will look a lot like mine.
Catch it real quick. Like one of my French swords.
Yeah. And it's a very nice long sword. It's made out of... give y'all this one for free. It's made out of elven steel and has in very fancy engravings and lettering down the side of the flat of the blade.
Dungeon Master, I have a question.
I have an answer.
What's the difference between elven steel and normal steel?
It comes from a very, very specific place. And its
Where?
Makeup is a little different. The Eber Mountains in Frumal.
Sick.
Hey, does this look at all? Does this look like at all like the longsword that we saw in our very first session? That was also made of elven steel and had runes down the side.
Remember
that?
6 months ago?
It was what's his fuck, the leader that had it.
Yeah, when we first broke out of the Skinari camp.
And I gave it away because I didn't think it would ever be important ever again.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's very...
And I thought it would be a really cool character moment if I showed off how fucking benevolent my dude is because he's a hero, out of a storybook. And then everybody was like, "Why didn't you keep the sword?" And then I was like, "Because it's not mine."
It was a very cool moment.
It was a very cool moment.
And now it's probably
Well-
going to be important again, so I should have kept the sword.
Well,
Yeah.
considering Chasta's reaction, I'm pretty sure that they forgot that they've already done an Elven Longsword with a.
It's not that. It's that like.
valid.
It's not like I was like trying to be like. It was like I was like, have I used this gimmick before? But no, it's not that that sword was important. But however, because you have seen one before, you do recognize the make of this sword, and all this information I've given you without a roll is justified.
They had it planned the whole time.
The whole time.
They fucking knew.
I just want to put this out there to the internet. You know, like Matt Mercer, Brendan Lee Mulligan, you guys are cool. We have the best DM. Y'all can go fuck it.
Yeah, they planned that since
They threw that
session
shit before they came in the room.
Yeah.
We thought we wanted to go to the depths. Turns out it was their plan the whole time.
Yup.
For this
We
moment.
got incepted.
Great. Anyway,
Inside.
But obviously, it
Do
isn't
we
a
all-
thing where that was like his sister's sword, or that was like the family sword. But it is a similar make.
great.
Xander looks at it and says, "Fantastic. Can you give it to our friend Johnny here real quick? He might need to lick it. I'm not sure."
You know,
Trust us.
that is not the weirdest thing that's been asked of me with this sword. Here you go.
No questions. No notes. +2.
So why is Johnny licking the sword? I'm with you, but I don't know what you're talking about.
He might need to lick it. I don't know.
Because that's how his magic works. Duh, he eats shit.
Yeah, just gonna
That is true.
deep throat the sword. Oh, I
No,
understand.
don't say that.
Sometimes it can be a suppository if we really need it to.
By the way, RollBound is intended for mature audiences.
Oh, that was a question? People like thought it wasn't.
I don't know. My
This is
my
how they find
nephew.
out.
We
my
say
nephew,
the fuck word too much.
My nephew tried to show it at his high school.
No!
I was like, I'm
Come
just-
on, nephew, what are you doing?
Hi, Leon.
So yeah, Johnny licks it and casts Identify. Is there anything special about the sword? More
What was
importantly, now that we've seen this one, could we use a locate object to find the other one?
Yes, you could.
Great.
But if you do cast Identify on it, the sword is a +1 weapon, and as a bonus action, Ray can basically cast a mini bless on 2 people.
You son of a bitch.
What?
In before the sister's sword does the same thing but with Bane.
Great. So yeah, I think if everyone else is amenable to this, that sounds like an adventure to me. Can I just get a quick insight check? Is this guy fucking with us?
Go ahead and make it.
Sweet.
I will give you the help action
Sweet.
and guidance.
Sweet. 19.
No, it seems like he's being very forthright with you. It seems that the reason that he was so hesitant at first is because of, he's been shot down for asking for help for so many times that he kind of lost hope and didn't want to burden anyone else with hearing the story.
Got it, yeah. Can't guarantee that we'll get results, but I can guarantee that we will think about results. And do our best.
No, we're
Also-
getting results.
What he said. Also, she's going to turn back to Flo. You said that there was something worse than billets. What did you mean when you said that?
Let me, the DM, make sure that I am not bullshitting by saying that this thing that I am referencing is worse than a bullet.
Yes, Chas, you don't have to look it up, but Baylor is worse than a bullet.
That's not what I was thinking.
No, maybe not, but how funny would it have been if it
We
was
win.
Baylor?
Not that.
What is the creature that it's talking about? And those of us who know can let you know.
Umber Hulk.
Those are indeed
Those
worse
are
than Bullet.
way worse than bullets.
I couldn't remember.
By a decent margin. Not an insane margin, but a decent one.
I mean, even if you fucking throw away the challenge rating system, there's certainly way more of a pain in the ass.
Are you having a problem with Umber Hulks?
They stay, once again, pretty far away, but there's been a high concentration of them, due to migration, but it's a unrecognizable pattern. They normally don't migrate this way. They migrate in the winter, you see. Normally they reside in colder climates, but there's a point where they come from where it gets a little too cold, so they migrate down to where the cold isn't so bad. But they are getting closer this year, and there seems to be more of them. They're
Interesting.
also a little more aggressive than we're used to. I mean, they're already horrendously aggressive as it is. Imagine even more so.
Well, it's something we will keep an eye out for. And we'll be traveling north anyway, so who knows, maybe we'll eventually see something that's going on with that.
Do you truly intend on going up north?
Eventually, we hadn't planned on doing so underground, but we'll be traveling up towards License.
Doing a bit of an escort, if you will.
Oh, this is great news. Our sister colony resides underneath the place that you call License.
What do you call
perhaps
it?
Perhaps we'll check it out. Is there something that you need from us up there?
No, but if you wish to discover what is disturbing the wildlife, you could always ask them. I could mark it on a map of sorts.
I pull out a map and
have
it's
a
the
map?
surface, and he's like, "Oh shit, I don't know the surface."
I've never been to any of these places. I don't know what this is.
If you do pull up a map, he pulls out a very, very old map that's like a map of Kelmra, but the lines that divide like countries and such aren't there. It's like the general shape of the continent, and then there's other shapes underneath it that frame the explored by Mycadid depths.
Sure. Yeah. So I will reference that map. He points out to where the sister city is. I will mark it there. Does he point to an entrance?
Can I help out with this by casting Minor Illusion to overlay the depths map over the overworld map?
Yeah. It is kind of north of the city of Icewind. So
Okay,
between Snow's Reach and Icewind is where this entrance is located.
Sick.
Great. Was there anything else we wanted to do in this village before we head out? Asking the party. You want to take that as a no? So we
Wait.
will-
Is
Never mind.
there... I hate to, fucking do this again, but is there any, magic, selling equipment anywhere?
There isn't a magic shop, but there's a potions shop.
More importantly, do they have a trying to think of what it's called, a place where we would buy hunting supplies. Specifically, I'm looking for any sort of scent-based repellents or decoys or anything like that. Something that travelers would use to keep themselves safe while traveling through.
At the, Sorry, I heard a noise and then realized it was just Kiddo. At the alchemist shop, they do carry these, like, weird-looking, sensors that are supposed to be, repellents for things like Umber Hulks and other, like, chitinous bug-like creatures.
Does anybody else but me have any interest in picking any of that up?
What is it?
Vivian is interested in figuring out how it works so she can make it herself.
Yeah, alright, yeah. I'm gonna just fucking buy one of each then.
Yeah, basically, it's 10 gold pieces, and it's this weird, like, tight-knit basket that hangs from a smaller, like, chain, and it has this paste on the inside of it that you light on fire and then cover the lid back on it, and it repels, it, like, puts out this very pungent, metallic, charcoal-esque smell that deters those types of creatures. What it does mechanically is if they are trying to sense you, they have a disadvantage on the roll.
Alrighty, yeah. And you said there's Umber Hulk. And what were the other ones?
I actually believe I can be specific. They have one to repel Umber Hulks, and they also have one to repel carrion crawlers.
Oh, yeah, that's... Huh. I ain't fucking with no carrion crawlers.
Man, fucking Underdark creatures always sound so goddamn terrifying. Hook horror? Come on now. They're not even that scary, but their name is fucking Hook horror.
Oh, there's one for those, too.
And I'm curious, is it like a situation where we'd have to buy a sensor and then there's like just bricks of these fucking shits, or...
Yeah, basically, they give you, like, the chain holder for it, but then, like, basically it's these little, like, circular baskets that have this, like, wax-like paste on the inside of it. And it lasts a long time because you burn it like a candle.
Do they also sell just empty sensors?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up an empty sensor as well. And maybe some just, you know, like, fungal themed incense if they got it.
Yeah, they do.
Specifically, I'm gonna pick up 50 GP worth of incense.
Cool. And then also there's another thing about this shop. It also sells let me look up the best. Basically, as pets, spore zombie versions of small animals.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just Castlevania anime, specifically style creatures. It's all good.
True.
There's actually 3 in there right now. There's a ferret, a cat, and a possum.
Oh, how fucking dare you. Yeah, I'm gonna get the zombie fairy, you bitch.
It's 2 gold pieces.
Yeah. Fucking take my money, funny man.
Wow. We finally found the pet shop after all these years.
Yay!
It's been so long.
Yeah, it's only a few of them, but again, they have a cat, a possum and a ferret. And Xander, like, immediately bought the ferret and was like, why are you so cute?
Yeah, I think we're good on other pets.
Oh, it's so cute. I hate it.
Wait, sorry, can you repeat the other pets for a second?
Okay.
Sorry.
Possum and a cat.
What color cat?
It's kind of like a salmon colored and like dark grayish purple.
And the first one?
Possum.
Yeah, what color is it?
Oh, the possum is like a whitish gray color with blue legs. Like the fungi on the legs is like blue.
Okay, she's gonna take the opossum.
Yeah, it is 2 gold pieces.
Yep, she'll pay for it.
Oh, that ferret is so fucking cute.
And she's gonna buy the cat anyways for myself. I'm sure she'll love it.
Yeah,
We have an
and,
armada of pets.
I'm
yeah.
gonna name the ferret Stinky.
Stinky! Yeah, the ferret, like, climbs up your arm, Xander, and wraps around your neck, and then the possum clings onto Emiko's back the way that baby possums do.
Are these considered beasts?
Oh, they're considered plants!
Okay, so I cannot speak to them.
If they get hit by blight, they fucking die.
Don't say that, no!
If they get hit by a sneeze, they die.
To be fair, if Johnny gets hit by blight, he fucking dies.
Yeah.
Well, also, to be fair, I'll say, Vivian, that you can talk to them because they are kind of, unique. Like, they're
They're
considered...
beast plants.
Yeah, because they're considered plants because the fact that the myconids turned their dead corpses into plants, but they were beasts when they were alive.
Great. I'm going to ask them what they remember about being alive before. Let's add some horror into this shit.
Rotten the snowman.
The ferret says that he used to be kept in a wooden cage all the time and wasn't often let out to play. And then he escaped and found a hole in a tree, and then a really weird bug attacked him. And then he remembers waking up in this shop.
And I was hoping they'd be like, and then I remember, and then they just start screaming as they remember the afterlife.
And then the cat says basically something along the lines of like, oh, I am the world's best hunter, and I just used up all 9 of my lives, and I died in a cozy patch of mushrooms, and then woke up here.
Great.
And then the possum says, it played dead too good, and something came up and munched it.
Ain't that just the way? Great.
I
So we have
was partially hoping that Chas would be like, and the possum's like, suck my dick, what are you, a cop?
Yeah, but the possum, like, is clinging to Emiko's back, and it also looks like it's wearing a mushroom cap as a hat, but it isn't, it's just growing out of its head.
Oh.
Fantastic. All right. So with that done, we will start heading out. Do they give us a general direction of where the nest would be?
Yes.
Great. We go that way. How far of a travel is it?
It's maybe about an hour away.
Oh, it's close. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will, as we're going, did you get a bullet repellent? Was that the potion or thing you got?
I got several repellents. I got a bullet repellent, I got an Umber Hulk repellent, and I got a Hook Horror repellent. And they're not potions so much as blocks of weird incense kept inside of sensors that we have to burn.
Also, just to... Here, I'll put it in loot just to clarify the ones that they had. Shit.
I'm sure they would have told us if it was mid-mating season. That probably would have come up.
God, I
That
keep
would be hilarious.
accidentally hitting enter.
That would be very hilarious if we just walked in on some bullets fucking.
Well, let's also we'll get some information about bullets before we head out as well. Like, what kind of things do they like to eat? What sort of things attract them? Is it like, certain sounds? Is it like loud noises that may distract them? Because I want to get like a distraction and then get in there and get out.
Yeah, they do have tremor sense, and that's usually how they find their prey. They look for things of above a certain weight because they are omnivorous, but they do prefer to eat meat and stuff like that because it's a little more sustaining for them. But usually they follow vibrations in the ground because they are burrowing creatures, but their nests are the only place that they, kind of live above land because they make a crater-like holes in the ground and lay their eggs in very large batches, and then the babies hatch, and they eat each other, and the babies that outlast that first feast, the ones that get to live on.
Don't we have a bomb?
What?
I don't necessarily want to bomb them. I just want to get them out of there.
No, I don't
If
want
you're
to
talking
bomb
about like
them.
collapsing a tunnel.
No. I was thinking because, what causes a better fucking tremor than an explosive, right? So if we set off an explosive somewhere while they're trying to figure out what the fuck that was, trying to track it down, right? That would give us a pretty fucking good distraction.
Where did we get a bomb from?
Maybe we didn't, but I remembered us having some sort of explosive. Oh, it was a spell grenade. I don't know if we have those anymore. I think we sold them.
You also might be thinking of the
them.
Wednesday game because you bought dynamite in the Wednesday.
No,
game.
that's not what I was talking about.
Okay.
I specifically remembered it being like a fucking
grenade.
like one of the Baldur's Gate bombs. You know what I mean?
Because I think you guys had a spell grenade of shatter and then sold it.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, me.
Before we came down here, I bought a set of alchemist tools and had Xander put them in his ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I take those out and essentially make a potion that, when exposed to the air long enough, will make an extremely loud, thunderous sound.
Make me a check with
Oh,
your...
wait. Shit, this is so perfect because I gave you that vial of spores from that plant that exploded when we got super close to it. So if I use Druidcraft, can I grow some of that, and then maybe we can do something to contain an alchemical mixture in that, and then when we throw it against something, and boom.
Hey, I have thaumaturgy. I can just make rumbles in the ground.
That's not. I mean, yeah, that is really cool, but I kind of want to make a bomb.
I see what the agenda is now.
What's the range of thaumaturgy?
It's 20 feet, I think.
30 feet.
That isn't. Yeah, we may want to be more than 30 feet.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, because I'm sorry, I have to stop the game for this because I just discovered this.
You have to violently pee.
No, I mean, yes. Yeah, I kind of do. But also, I discovered that there are such things as water opossums.
Yeah.
And they are so fucking cute. What the fuck? Why is that the cutest little fucking guy that I've ever fucking seen in my life?
Oh my god, it's got webbed feet and shit.
Look at this little guy! Oh my god! Look at
I bet
him!
you've also never seen a tree kangaroo. Shaking my head.
I bet you've never seen a penguin before.
Look at this little guy! Look at him! He do a heckin'
Anyway, so with Xander's help, can I attempt to make this potion that, when exposed to the air long enough, will eventually make a loud, thunderous sound with a lot of vibrations?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I looked up a tree kangaroo.
Gonna do this with wisdom, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
Is Xander also giving me help by using the crafting forth and whatnot?
I will try.
Go ahead. You are able to make, using the concentrate, 2 vials of a volatile powder. Because you have made a potion out of this, I also say if you combine this element, this powder, with flames, like you pour it and then light flame near it, it becomes even more explosive.
When combined with flames?
Yes.
Okay.
Far away.
And I With familiars, you can cast a spell if it's a touch spell. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Through them.
Yes.
I don't think control flames counts as touch. That seems
does not.
painful. Do I have any sort of... You know what I do have, as I just bought it, or didn't just buy it, this is actually one that I already had. I do have a tinder box.
True.
And as we get... I guess I'll make this perception check first, see what the fuck is up, and then I'll go over what I want to do. Sorry.
You're good.
You said that in such a Mickey way that I thought it was Mickey for a second.
Oh, hold on. I'm
I
sorry.
thought when you said Mickey, you meant Mortimer Mouse.
God up. God. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Mickey and I get confused as each other all the time.
I just wanna apologize to Joey. I've been bragging on him a lot this session.
It's so funny though.
But in Ellie's defense, he does kind of deserve it a little.
Yeah, sometimes you just
Joey,
gotta
you're such a
bully.
fucking goblin.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
hey, whoa.
Goblin these
Careful.
nuts.
Not there.
There it is.
Did you both say there it is?
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Also, I just accidentally dropped Blink off the face of the planet. There he is.
Link?
Blink.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's my guy, my familiar.
No, I know Link. I know Blink is. I heard Link like.
Oh, you're
No, Joey, no. Joey, you're gonna get his copyright struck by Nintendo, Joey. No.
That could have been a scheme.
Not
How's anyone gonna?
Not Nintendo. No, it's actually Link from Hairspray, and we go, Link, your pork is ready.
Link, your pork is ready.
What?
I'm so glad Minnow understands me.
Link, your pork is ready.
Link.
Can I get a statistical analysis of the likelihood that we fucking get this train back on the rails before 9 o'clock?
Oh, 100%. Let's go. All right, what do we find with this 30 perception check and 2 24s because they
Yeah.
want to beat me?
Yeah, so
We don't want to let you be great.
you because obviously they told you the direction, but you know the exact coordinates are a little different. But eventually you come up an area where the stone is. What the fuck is that?
Sorry, I couldn't hit the mute button. I couldn't hit the mute button in time. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that was the sound that one of Agent 47's targets make when he does the fucking garrote wire from behind. Yo!
I didn't mean.
What the fuck, Joey?
I had to cough. I had to cough really bad. I couldn't hit the mute button.
Joey, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Joey. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
It was a fucking accident.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
When I coughed, what am I not allowed to cough anymore?
The single loudest sound I've ever fucking heard.
God. Oh, I guess I'll fucking die. Jesus.
Motherfucker.
I hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, I'm
any-
fucking sweating.
So anyway, as I was saying, as you start to notice that there is a lot of the terrain that has kind of been like dug out and flattened in a way that's not like as natural as everywhere else. You know, there's disrupted stone and dirt, and you notice that there's kind of like a carved path in a direction where the caverns get a little tighter and closer together. And oh shit, that took a really long time to flip.
I'm gonna steal all these glowing crystals.
you all come across this area of like a bunch of like dugout nests in the stone that have a metric shit ton of eggs. So far you see 3 specifically. There's gems jutting out of the ground. There's also bones fucking everywhere. And then...
That's a lot of bones. How many people died down here?
Too many, likely.
That is so many bones.
I've been so alone.
I do.
That's like an average closet in Diablo. That's nothing.
Didn't we have this discussion recently?
About
Yes.
Diablo?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And Vivian, you got like a 30, right?
Correct.
For some reason, I do not have this thing, and because I really...
Paralyzed sphincter muscle.
And because I don't really want to go grab one... You currently only see 1 bullet above ground.
Hephaestus.
And it is currently asleep, coiled around this particular nest of eggs. But Vivian, you also see that jutting out of the nest, like kind of off to the side, is this bile-covered, probably shit-covered, but still shimmering nonetheless, blade.
Got it. Elven steel, runes on the side.
Correct.
Okay. Locate object not necessary. Do I see more tunnels coming out of this place?
Several. They are layered in the walls, primarily the walls. It doesn't look like they've burrowed much in the floor, probably not to disturb the nests. But there are holes in like the walls everywhere, including like even like off to the side, like over here, near where you're standing. And it's hard to tell if there's anything hiding or lurking within, but so far you see 1 bullet above ground, but again, it is asleep.
Okay. I have the potion. I also have a tinder box. Couple things we're going to do. This is the plan anyway. Because since there are other tunnels, I want to... First of all, cast Pass Without a Trace on us. We're all going to hide. I'm then going to send a familiar down a hallway with the 2 potions. Probably just set them off together and get them all in one place. While they're down there, the rest of us can sneak forward and grab the sword and get the hell out.
Yeah. And real quick.
Also, something we are going to do before we go there, we are going to take whatever fabric we have, and we are going to tie it around our feet as much as possible so they are pillowy and soft. So we make the softest footfalls possible.
Didn't we get Tensor's floating disc recently, or am I making that up?
If we did, I don't know about it.
You should just be able to cast that, no?
I know we made a joke about getting like
We
the actual disc.
Yeah, we made a joke about someone
No,
just
but
selling
I
this.
thought that Groove had picked up a bunch of rituals recently. I thought that was one of them. Am I wrong, Groove?
Yes.
Fuck.
Unfortunate. That's all right. I think if we get it out of there and we move softly and quietly past that trace, also prevents you from like making tracks. So I'm sure it also makes your footfalls like softer or whatever.
I think
So I'm hoping.
Mage might be reading all that vampire smut still. We need to like rein him back in so that we can do this important shit.
I haven't given him any yet.
I am going to go ahead and use my ability to start flying for 10 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, Chess, can we do that? First of all, cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, and then we'll send the owl familiar further down by the name of Fancy. I remember my owl familiar's name.
Yeah.
With the 2 vials of the dust and the tinderbox to start a fire.
Yeah. I would like everyone to make me stealth checks. And what this is going to do is the explosion, when you decide to set it off, is going to give any bitches nearby a penalty to their perception.
Yeah. Specifically also trying to draw them away.
Yeah.
Did we take the skeletons with us, or did we leave them behind? Or do you want to have them back 30 feet?
Yeah, they can be back 30 feet.
Okay. I cannot guidance Sir Gelwood. Is anyone able to do that?
I can. I'm not concentrating.
Okay.
Well, I will say, though, he did get a 30, but I didn't know that before.
Oh.
If you add guidance, it's a 33.
Hell yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I'm not concentrating on anything, so... Fuck it.
Ali, you said add something to something?
Pass Without Trace adds 10 to your stealth roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yep, okay.
Alright, what did Lysel get?
Lysel is a +4 stealth, I believe.
Lysel, I can't even hear them. That's how stealthy they are.
I got a natural 20 and a natural 5, assuming +4 and not proficient. That'd be 19.
Hell yeah. I like how even when we're rolling for Lysel, they're getting natural 20s. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it might have just been the dice or something, but no, it's just the character.
No, it's just Dakota.
As long as it's not initiative. Alright, how do we do?
You can re-roll that, and it's going to be a natural 1 every time.
Alright. Sorry, I started eating a Skittle.
God damn it.
Started? It's a Skittle. Fucking eat it.
Nom nom nom. Shut up.
How do you start eating a Skittle? It's the size of a fucking pea.
Because it's chewy. Motherfucker.
Hey, it happened again. 35, 34, 33. And actually, we had 2 34s, which is even funnier.
I'm sad. Okay.
Mm.
So, here's
Somehow this is John's fault.
Here's how this shit went down. So, I'm guessing you guys have the thing set off as you guys are trying to make your way over there, like it starts at the same time?
We will set it off. We'll wait a few seconds to see how this one reacts. Ideally, it will go rushing down, or at the very least step away from where it is. And then we will, depending on how it goes, we will move and mosey on over.
Yeah, and this area is still dim light, which is why you're able to sneak even in such an open, broad area. So when it hears the boom, this one will get up and make its way over this way. Because, is the boom set off? Because there's holes everywhere, so is it, from over here, or, from over here?
I would have probably tried to move it, more over this direction.
Okay.
Wherever tunnel is in this area.
Yeah, so what it does is it moseys on over this way and starts, it lingers around the nest that's, right here.
I forget we were using hippos for the bullet.
Yeah, I used to have a bullet image, but I forgot to save that version of my tabletop table. So I just copied Hephaestus, and now he's Buffestus, and we're just gonna do that. Okay, yeah.
Buffestus. Bluffus.
Breakfast. Okay, anyway. Stop making
Him will
me...
hear a loved vine.
but it kind of like goes defensively towards this nest. It doesn't leave the area fully, and kind of like starts like sniffing its nose towards that tunnel, like breathing into it, trying to figure out like what's going on. And the highest stealth roll for the detection, the perception, whatever the fuck roll I got for the 5 bullets in the area, 4 of them of which none of you can see, was a 22.
I am going to, as I'm flying over, I'm going to cast Major Image 120 feet away from us. And it's going to look like, oh god, what was the fucking Mykonoi's name that helped us out?
Flow.
Yeah, it's gonna be Flow, but like very much World Breaker Hulk vibes. He's gonna come out of the ground and put up his dukes and challenge the bullet to a fist fight.
Yeah, you'll see the bullet start like jumping, and you guys literally feel the ground shake from it jumping around in this like little corner over here, defending the eggs. And the ground starts to rumble as some of the other bullets in the area also hear this and think that they need to come in. So I have a quick question, primarily just because, like, do you guys want to try to leave or do you want to fight? I'm asking because then there's 2 ways I'll handle it.
Our intention is to get in there and get out without fighting, ideally.
So, who goes in and grabs the sword? Because you guys don't all need to be clustered over there.
Emiko.
Emiko's our fastest.
Probably Emiko and I. Because I need to remain within 30 feet to give her the pass that trace.
Yeah. So
How fast are you guys?
She's way faster than I am.
My movement speed is 50 feet.
50?
I would just like to say, Emiko got a 35 on stealth, so even minus 10 still beats the bullet perception.
Up to you. Viv looks like she wants to go with you, but like, do you nod for her to stay, or are you okay with her coming? You just have to remain within 30 feet of me, so you could even move at your full speed, and you'd still be in my aura for the whole trip.
Yeah, Emiko would nod at you to stay, and then she would book it into the room.
Okay, she'll stay.
So here's what happens. As all these things are going on, as Xander's illusion and all of the explosions, you see multiple more bullets rise out of the ground.
Robot Rock starts playing over Flo.
Yeah, kind of like clustered in this area, so like even dangerously close to like y'all, but again, highest was a 22. But still, it's a little frightening how one like rises from the ground, you all like tremble a bit as it like basically fucking dolphin dives from the dirt. As all of these bullets come out to defend their broods. And Emiko, you grab the sword, and honestly, it smells fucking horrible. But real quick, know that this isn't me unfairly hurting you, just to throw it out there. Give the good vibes. Hold on, water.
Is this difficult terrain?
No. The earth is trembling, but not enough to impose difficult terrain.
I would also like to say, Chas, Xander is going to be, while hovering in the air, he's going to be using his actions to like sell any hits that this illusory flow takes.
Yeah. I would like you to make me an acrobatics check.
Fucking Emiko?
Yes.
Oh,
easy.
That should be the easiest check of her entire life.
So you're saying that to Xander? Like, why?
That'd be really funny.
Charisma-based acrobatics? No, I'd fuck with it.
23.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you are able to grab the sword. Because you mentioned it earlier, this check would also allow you to grab 2 more things. There's a lot of things in the nest and in the surrounding area, but I'm going to let you choose. Because
Okay, what's in it?
So you can either grab, because you mentioned you wanted to grab an egg, you can grab 1 egg, or there is a glowing green gem. There is another glowing kind of like bluish purple gem. There is a strange half broken mask. There is another sword that kind of looks like the same make as the one that you are initially here to retrieve, but it's a lot older. Like it looks like it's been here longer, right? But it's still like a long sword with a very nice make with lettering on the side. It's just like rusted at this point because it's probably been here for a long time.
The golf bag yearns.
I'm actually gonna write this in loot so that way like you can, because again you can take a total of 3 items including the sword that you're grabbing, so 2 extra items because you did a good check. So I'm gonna put it in loot real quick.
Okay, because I have some questions about a few items already.
When you said Robot Rock, I immediately thought of Crash by Static X.
No, I'm literally talking the song Robot Rock by Daft Punk.
Oh, that works too.
Also known as the fat beat that Iron Man beat his buddy's ass to in Iron Man 2.
True. No, I always remember. Just... Cause she had her visions out of grand design. Been living on borrowed time.
Oh god, I hope this isn't like a huge strength check. I mean, I have a 10, so I don't have like a negative modifier.
Hey, I know.
I'm only carrying like 70 pounds on me, so.
Did you tell any of us, by the way, that you were thinking about grabbing an egg?
Nope.
I'm so happy.
Nope.
Are you still thinking about grabbing an egg over these magic items?
It depends on what the magic items are.
Alright.
I'm sorry to say this, Shelwood, but you're not getting that sword.
I'll come back for it.
Another elven longsword? How do we know we got the right one then?
Because one of them looks significantly older and more fucked than the one that you noticed.
Grab them both just to be safe.
Because the one looks like it's covered like shit.
Okay, first question about the broken mask. Does it resemble, like, the kind of mask I'm wearing currently, or is it, like, more of a, like, masquerade kind of mask?
I would be willing to let you make a quick history check. Since you got such a good stealth roll, you can buy yourself an extra 3 seconds to, like, glance at it.
No.
You're not really sure. It definitely doesn't look like a kitsune mask, but it also looks a little more formal than, like, some party mask.
Okay. And the green or indigo egg, do any of those give off electricity vibes?
If you're asking if they look like elemental stones, yes.
Because, like, my element as a kitsune is, like, thunder. Can I, like, feel if any of these are, like, thunder-based?
Because you've collected a thunderstone before, you know that neither of them are thunder, because you've gotten a thunder gem before.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll take the, the bullet egg. Fuck. Okay, you're lucky. And the other elephant's longsword. And the original longsword, because that's 3 things, right? Or 3 plus things. Okay.
Yeah, and you scoop them all up in your arms really quick. You can, like, you basically, like, kick the other sword up out from under one of the eggs, and then, like, the egg that kind of, like, moved for you to grab the extra sword, you, like, scoop that one up into your arm real quick because you've tilted it in a way to, like, scoop it up in your hand, and then you bolt back to your party.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
Let's go!
Yeah, we're moving, but the whole time, Vivian's like, "Why the fuck did you grab an egg? What the fuck are you gonna do with that?"
Andrew's gonna put the egg in the bag of holding. I'm assuming the bullets at this point fucking have torn Flo apart.
Yeah, the fake flow apart, and then also, like, maybe 5 minutes while you're on the way back, you all hear a very, very angry, anguished bullet scream.
It's almost like they want the fucking egg.
They don't know that we took it, so they can't find us. It's not like they can smell their egg.
It's in the bag of holding.
Yeah, they absolutely.
It's in the bag of holding. It's in the bag of holding. It's not even in this dimension anymore.
Yeah, they could smell it up to, like, a point where it was out, but then after that, its trace completely disappears.
We do not tell anyone at the village that we took an egg. Understood? No one finds out that we took an egg.
Okay.
Good. No, we're taking this to our fucking graves.
Okay.
I'm proud of you. You did a really good job back there.
Also, once we're sufficient distance away, like 10 minutes out from the village, right? I'm going to transfer the egg from the bag of holding into my signet ring. Yeah, I'm going to build it a nice little area with a lot of cushy pillows and shit.
Yay, Xander, we're parents!
Xander takes a long look at Emiko.
What?
Nods and says, "Very strange and platonic parents, yes."
Yeah, of course. That'd be weird.
It would be very weird. Like, no offense, like, obviously, but...
No, he's just like, you're my brother and all.
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's just weird.
Yeah, that's the weird part about it.
What?
Definitely not that he's gay. Oh, yeah, the bullet. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you alright, Mistress Deshays? You look like you're about to have a heart attack.
No, it's fine. The moment that she grabbed an egg, there was a moment where I was thinking, she's not actually doing that. I'm hallucinating. But then you did, and you got away with it, and it didn't, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you did get away with it like a fucking champion!
Yeah,
and you got an extra sword out of it, too. Was there any, I guess if it was just the 2 swords and the egg, that was a really good choice. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but good luck.
Oh. Yeah, that's all that there was. There was more eggs, obviously, but those were the only special items in there.
Ooh, okay. Well, good work, everyone. That went great. Let's get back to the village as quickly as possible and not tell anyone about the egg.
Yeah, and then we finish the remaining 10-minute journey back to the village.
Yeah, and at the, like, little entrance of the village, Flo is standing with Ray, who is, like, walking back and forth, like, pacing.
And then Xander's gonna pull the sword out from the bag and hold it up in a victorious fucking Lord of the Rings style pose.
Oh, you did it!
Also, I just want to say we totally ran the sword that we're going to give to this guy through the bag of cleaning real quick.
Yo, yeah, because it was totally covered in shit.
Yeah.
What is the bag of cleaning again? How do we make it do that?
You just put it in the bitch.
My
That's
God,
it?
Joey, I can't believe you forgot about my defining personality trait.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot every bag of holding has this property. My bad.
Not the bag
No,
of
it's
holding,
not
it's a
bag of holding,
bag
it's
of preservation.
Bag of preservation.
That's the one, thank you.
Yeah, but they run up, and it's really funny. Now that you've seen Ray standing up, they are a lot shorter than you first thought. Crisp 5'3". Thank you so much.
Of course, it was an easy task for the Silver Lining,
Mostly Enico, but yes.
who is part of.
The Silver Lining.
Thank you.
They grab it and look it over and just nod and say, "Yep, this is definitely her sword, all right."
Sorry if it still stinks. We cleaned it, but it was in quite the state when we found it.
Doesn't.
If it's
smell-
been through the bag, it is perfect.
Doesn't smell bad to me, but I'm not going to really be sniffing it too closely. I greatly appreciate this. I feel like I can finally show my face at home now.
Well, just remember on your way back home to spread the word. If you find any folks in need, they can call upon the Silver Lining. There's like fireworks behind him, but they're like really tiny, shitty fireworks.
J. Elwood pulls out like a little contract and he starts reading things off as the fanfare's playing in the background. He's like, "We don't work for free. Here's a waiver. You need to sign off on it. It's all a lot of paperwork."
After that's all done, Vivian says, "Also, we're sorry for your loss."
It's quite alright. Truly, I have already had my fair share of tears and sleepless nights about it already. I just, I wish I could have done something, but that's all I can do now is just know that she will finally be able to rest peacefully now that I have her sword. Oh, don't think that this goes without something in return. 1 second. He sheaths the sword and he feels around in his pockets and says, "Oh, I will have to go to my tent." I'll be right back. And he runs off real quick and Flo watches and turns around and says, "That was very impressive, Silver Lining."
We're particularly impressive people.
I would say so.
Indeed.
This leads me to... While Ray is going to fetch a form of payment, would you be able to speak privately with me for a moment?
Of course.
He leads you away for a second, under the cover of another mushroom, and you see him wave his hands and these spores come out of his palms, and it seems to form a little a kind of shield around all of you. It's nothing too intense, but more of a privacy screen, and says, "There's actually a reason that I was so intent on asking you if you were heading up north. I apologize for my mistruths in not specifying a reason other than the Umber Hulks. But I've heard words in the winds and in the rocks from my brethren over in our sister colony things going on. And I think maybe with time, or maybe in your travels, you will possibly be able to end this scourge that my family has witnessed. There's these individuals that travel in groups, and they have markings on their skin that are tainted with an evil light. They herd other individuals. They use a path nearby to our sister colony as a way to remain unseen by the swords of those up above.
You.
They smell of death and blood, and those that they take with them smell of misery and hopelessness.
Well, it's quite the combination.
The thing is I don't know what allegiance they would have, but there is belief that these individuals take some sort of orders from a dragon of sorts.
Vivian is going to reach into the bag of preservation, and she's going to pull out one of the Skinari tattoos. And she says, the markings on their body, do you know if they look anything like this?
Flo will lean down, and his eyes that are normally kind of like an amber color turn a very, very deep purple. And some spores start to radiate off his body as if he is recalling the hormones and the music of this information that was given to him. And he says, yes, precisely like this, albeit more detailed.
What's the tattoo back?
With the teeth.
You said that they work for a dragon.
That is what my brethren have told me, though I don't know how they received this information. They said that they saw it flying through the caverns of the depths near where they live, and that they've had to, secure themselves. He gave me the all clear a few weeks ago that it has been several months since he's seen the dragon, but he saw it a few times. They believe it has vacated the area, but for whatever purpose it was there, it was always in tandem with these marked individuals. They were always there at the same time, even though never seen directly interacting. But they also never seemed perturbed by the creature's presence, which is why they believed them to be working together somehow.
My good newfound friend, rest assured that we will burn this blight from the world and ensure the safety of your brethren.
The, Flo, lowers his head for a second and goes, at this rate, I don't think it's my brethren that need saving. When they relayed this information to me, the stench of iron and blood and tears soaked into my senses. I have nightmares about it, even. I can't imagine what my siblings saw. I can only taste and listen to their memories. But it must have been horrible.
Nonetheless, we shall purge these evil beings. On my name, my honor, if it is the last thing I do.
Flo nods and says, I am sorry if I have accidentally brought up an emotionally turbulent discussion, but after seeing what you did for Ray, just a simple young one living in the underground, fearful of going home, and seeing how you brought hope to his eyes again. I thought that maybe that same hope could be delivered to those unfortunate ones.
Speaking of which, does Ray come back?
Yeah, he actually, since you're all behind the piracy screen, he goes, "Okay, I've returned. Where'd they go?" "Oh, rats, I hope they didn't think I skipped out on paying them."
Viv walks out. Hello, holds out a hand.
Oh, shit! I mean, hi, hello, welcome back.
Winks.
Sorry, I didn't see where you came from. That startled me. I apologize.
No need to apologize. Hand still held out.
Oh, yes, of course. So, I don't have a lot of money, but I managed to find this, and also, my sister was very, insisted that we use these sparingly, so maybe they're valuable in some way. I don't understand magic. But he gives you 100 gold pieces in the form of a singular platinum piece, as well as a common potion of aether, an aether potion.
It would be 10 platinum pieces.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No worries. So 10 platinum pieces and an aether potion,
Yes.
which gives you a first level spell slot, right?
Yes.
Great. Going in the party fund. Who wants an aether potion?
It does nothing for me, so I'm okay.
Sounds like a Johnny problem. Hey, Johnny, take an aether potion.
Taking.
All right.
And with that, I believe, since we have now 2 players down, that we can end our session there.